Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back. In this video, we are looking at the MLB slate for Monday. We have 7 games today. Happy Labor Day. Hope you guys are off of work. We will have a lot of football content out this week. I'll be having a bunch more videos looking at some sleepers, some value plays, so do like a final look, maybe some betting picks. But I still wanted to get a baseball video out today while we have an early slate today. So let's get into it. As always, appreciate it if you hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Looking at the totals today, there's a couple of teams in some good spots. The Mets, any team going up against the Nationals right now, I'll have a lot of interest. Their pitching has been really bad, and the bullpen continues to be one of the worst in the MLB, blowing a lot of leads and just giving up a ton of home runs. So a hot team like the Mets, Jonathan Villar continues to be one of the hottest hitters on the planet right now. Go with Pete Alonso. Baez had a 4-for-4 game. Kevin Pillar is only 28. So Mets look appealing. Definitely look to some of these Red Sox bats. You could like Renfroe batting leadoff. Bobby Dahlbeck only 35. Those are the two that I like the most. On the Royals side, they got Mondesi back, and he looks like he hasn't even missed a beat. He's been amazing in his first few games back. This game looks stackable with two lefties on the hill. Even on the Orioles side, I have interest in like Austin Hayes, Mancini, Mountcastle, bottom of the order, Santander. They all look playable today. And the pitching on the Phillies game is going to be nice. You can go with both sides. I like Brennan Woodruff a little bit more, but both pitchers are in play. And then a guy like Brian Reynolds left against a lefty switch hitter. He looks great. Brian Hayes looks fine. And then on the Tiger side, don't have a ton of interest in them, but maybe you can go Akil Baddoo as a one-off play. And the Reds have been scuffling, losing 6 of 8. They need some wins with the Padres having overtaken them in the second wild card. So, a lot of these good hitters are good against lefties, especially Castellanos, Jonathan India, Stevenson, Suarez. They're stackable, but I don't think they're my favorite stack. So, going back to DraftKings here, the two pitchers that I like to get to, you have Sale, Wheeler, Woodruff at the top end. Give me Woodruff, the cheapest of the bunch. His team has been doing great for him in terms of getting him some run support. Only 2.35 ERA against the Phillies. He put up 33 earlier this year. Phillies lineup is pretty depleted still without Rhys Hoskins. The bottom of the order is very prone to some strikeouts, and Woodruff has racked up a ton of them this year. Goes very deep into games, so gotta like Woodruff as my first pitcher. And then as my second pitcher, I like getting to Sonny Gray against the Cubs. Cubs been doing pretty good recently. Especially Schwindel, who's been on fire for them. If you've been stacking him or playing him at least in part of your lineups, he was super cheap again yesterday at first base. Hit a grand slam. But Sonny Gray at only 9K. Cubs think they'll come back down to earth at some point. The Reds need some wins. Sonny Gray has been not super reliable this year, but he's been steady enough that I have some confidence here. The Cubs have just a 3.7 total, 3.9 total. Compared to some of these other guys, I think he's worth a shot. So you definitely could go with Zach Wheeler instead if you wanted to pay up an extra 1,000. But I feel pretty good that Sonny Gray won't at least kill me today. So getting those two guys, looking at some of the hitters, I'm going to start with first base option Bobby Dahlbeck just because he's super affordable. He's been very good against both sides of the plate, over 200 ISO against lefties and righties, but the batting average is a lot higher against lefties. And he's only $3,500 at home. Still been very good for them recently. 4 home runs in his last 10 games, batting .364. He's been super hot. They're dealing with some injuries, so Dahlbeck's going to continue to be in the lineup for the power that he brings. I have to go Jonathan Villar today. He's only $4,100. Corbin has been giving up so many home runs, ERAs north of 6. A guy like Villar, who is the hottest hitter right now on the Mets, 21, 11, 15, 16, 14, 3, 31, 8, batting over 4, almost 450 in his last 10 with 3 home runs and 5 other extra base hits. Just seeing the ball really well. Probably will get 5 at-bats today, batting leadoff. In the outfield, I got to go, well, first I'm going to go with Mondesi. I like to get to some of these Royals bats, and now that Mondesi is back, it makes the stack a lot better. Like Mondesi, Merrifield, throw in Salvador Perez, who's hit north of 40 home runs already. He's been super amazing. Best catcher in baseball this year. But Mondesi, he's missed basically the whole year. Hasn't played in almost 3 months. But first 3 games back, he has racked up 4 hits, racked up 4 or 4 stolen bases, and just hits good part on the order. If he gets on base, you know he's always looking to steal. It's insane. In every game this year, except for one, he's had at least 10 fantasy points, and that's still not a super small sample size. We're looking at like 15 games or so, or 13 games, and that's insane for just the production that he brings. So he's expensive, but I love the matchup today against Baltimore in Baltimore. And then speaking of Baltimore, I'm going to go with Austin Hayes as my outfielder. He's only $3,300. Another guy that's been very good recently. 395, 2 home runs in his last 10 games. Great ballpark to hit in. He has 271 average at home. It's a back-to-back 2-hit games for him against the Yankees, and a lot of different matchup here going up against a lefty at home and a pretty poor bullpen compared to the Yankees. So these are the 6 guys I like to get to today. Let's take a look at the FanDuel picks. All right, FanDuel-wise, still like Brandon Woodruff as my pitcher. You have Chris Sale, the most expensive guy, and then you have Zach Wheeler. Phillies have a lower total than the Brewers, so I think going to Woodruff makes a little bit more sense, although it might make him more popular. But I don't think I need to go to Sonny Gray here. There's a bunch of value plays in the outfield, starting with Austin Hayes and Brian Reynolds, who never gets a lot of ownership because he plays on the Pirates, but he's just been so good. He had 4 hits yesterday. He's batting .300 with 21 home runs and some stolen bases. I mean, he does everything for the Pirates and never gets enough love. Like, he's way too cheap at $2,900. I still like to get to Austin Hayes at his cheap price tag, and then Jonathan VR is only $29. You can play him at 3 positions, so it's super easy to play Jonathan VR today. He's going to be popular, but I just don't see how you... I mean, you can fade him because there's a lot of teams, but I'd like to get to him just with how bad Corbin has been and how hot VR has been. And then Mondesi as one of my pay-ups today. I just feel like just basically a lock to get you almost 10 fantasy points every single game, just with the stolen bases that he brings. And I know if he gets a hit, you know he's going to look to steal. Even against the lefty, I'm not too worried about that. But that's about it for the video. There's a lot of teams that you can look to mini stack. That's kind of what I like, looking at mini stack, and just to get to a lot of hitters that are hot right now, because right now we're at the point of the season where some pitchers might be starting to hit a wall, and some of these hitters are starting to finally, well, a lot of them have been in rhythm for a while, but some of these hitters are having up and down seasons. They usually kind of lock in or kind of check out at this point of the season, and want to go with the hitters that are kind of locked in and hitting the ball really well, like these 4 guys are. So that's about it for the video. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for some NFL content. So we'll have a lot of that this week. Thanks for watching, and good luck today.